Hey, it's Lindsay here. Today I want to talk to you about your house. Jesus said in Matthew 7:24, he said, "If a man hears my words and puts them into practice, then he'll be like a man who built his house on a rock." Now, right behind me is preparation for our foundation. We got the electrical and the plumbing getting started. So this house is new, right? It's new. So what comes next? Are they going to put more sand down? Or are they going to pour cement? I don't know about you, but I know the storms of life. If our house is built on the sand and we don't put into practice the words that Jesus has told us, the sand will come in like a hurricane and completely devastate your house. Now in our text, Matthew 7:24, it talks about wind and rain and blowing the house down. So in our context, what does that mean to us? Well, that can mean a devastating loss. That can mean a career completely trashed. That can mean our loved ones, divorce, pain, surgery, cancer, sickness, death. All those things. They try to come at our house and take it down. Sometimes it's the enemy, because his job is to kill, steal, and destroy, right? Sometimes it's our poor choices. Sometimes it's the Lord in His love disciplining us. He said, hey, you want to pick that choice? You're going to have to go and walk through the consequences of your choice. And sometimes it feels really cruel. I know I thought it. In 2013, I went through the most devastating loss that I had been to up to date. I'd already lost my grandmother, who felt like it was my mom passing. I lost my godmother. I even lost a little girl, a friend who was in 7th grade, to suicide because of bullying. I thought surely I would be prepared for this loss, the suicide of my husband, but I wasn't. When he died, I felt like the floorboards of my life were ripped out from underneath me in one instant. The house had come down, boom, just done. I was completely shocked. I went through shock loss. I was completely devastated. I had no idea. I didn't see it coming. I was only 4 months into my salvation with Jesus, and I was in love with God, and I still am to this day. But I was newly in love with God, which I understood that I was right with God. I understood that He forgave me and He loved me, and I was right with Him. But my house, it wasn't on a rock foundation. It was on the sand, and I knew it. So what happens? Well, that's not the end of the story, obviously, because I'm here, right? He rescued me. He saved me. He prepared me. He got me out of that house and built me a new one. He's built the foundation of my life. He is the rock. He is the foundation of my life. He's restored me. He's poured into me. He's used His family, His people, to come and bring new life to me. So I just want to ask you today, whatever you're going through, the storms of life, the tossing and the turning of the waves, the craziness, the unknowns. Maybe you're going through job loss. Maybe you're suffering through pain, emotional devastation. Maybe you don't have intimacy. Maybe you have a lack of emotional intimacy. Maybe you just don't have a good friend. Well, you know what? God can be trusted. And I'll show you right here. Psalm 37:5. It says, give God the right to direct your life. What do you mean, give him the right? Well, when you truly believe in Jesus Christ, you are paid for. You are sealed, signed, delivered. You are paid for by the blood of Jesus. And so he's now bought you. He owns you. And guess what? That's the best place to be. He doesn't give back what he's paid for. He doesn't abandon what he's paid for. And he takes care of what he paid for. Kind of like a new car. You don't treat it the same. You will take everything out of your garage just so you can park it in there and you can take care of it. The old car that you had, you don't care if it gets scratched. You might run it through the wash, but you don't really care. It's got dings in the window. You got scratches on the side. The paint's coming off. You don't really care to take care of it. But a new car, you will run it through the wash. You go on a trip, it's going through the car wash. I'm going to get the bugs off of the hood, okay? And the interior, on the inside, you see how I'm relating a car to you? Okay, good. So on the inside, I'm going to vacuum out those little crevices, all that dirt from the feet. Went to the beach, walked on some mud, got it inside. It's kind of irritating. Now it's kind of spreading all over. So what does God do? He takes that little vacuum and zzz, makes it all nice again. Takes that wax, makes it look nice on the inside, shiny, just like it's brand new. And oh, this is great. Just like a car that needs maintenance, God keeps up his maintenance with his cars, his new cars. He keeps them new. He doesn't just go through the car wash just once. He takes it through whenever it needs it, right? Sometimes you're parked in the garage and it doesn't get dirty. There's no pollen on it if you're in Florida. Sometimes it's just perfect. And other times you take it on the road, you go on a road trip, and this bugger needs to be washed. So, when you build your house on the rock of Jesus Christ, you will be taken care of, you will be provided for, you'll be well thought of. He is your God, and he will be your friend. And when you get all muddy and gross and sandy and irritated, gosh, he'll bring something and he'll bring that holy vacuum. So, that only happens if you decide to make your house on the rock. Please, please, please hear me. Don't wait till a disaster comes to build your house on Jesus Christ. It's not worth it. You're missing out. The greatest love of your life is waiting for you right now. He's knocking on the door of your heart. He says, come follow me. You see this foundation right here? It's pretty solid. Jesus Christ is this foundation. You can start building a brand new house today. I'll sign off. God bless you. And think about it.